Come with me into the vibration of grace, water consciousness, and sovereign feminine power. In this episode, we descend into the deep waters of the sacred feminine, the primordial voice of the frequency of grace incarnated. This is the voice of she who has risen after the descent, the shadow, the alchemical transmutation. She who knows the dark depths and therefore speaks with an authority of embodiment. Today we walk with new legs, speak with revived soul, and rise in pure, deep, feminine essence. Welcome to She Lives, where magic and mystery become the blueprint and path to creating a new reality, deeply rooted in the essence of your soul. Join me as we hear, feel, and see through lenses and senses of intuitive wisdom and soul-based leadership. This is the She Lives podcast. Episode 9, Rebirth Your Voice and Gifts of the Sacred Siren. Hello, my name is Hazel and this is the She Lives podcast. Welcome to the rebirth of your voice and the gifts of the Sacred Siren. This podcast episode is a portal of remembrance, reclamation and rebirth. This is a sanctuary for the rising feminine voice, deep, true, and vibrationally pure. A space where myth meets embodiment, where the wisdom of the waters guides us home to our soul. Here, we explore the sacred voice that rises from the womb, the heart, and the soul's deep oceans. Calling you to live your truth, awaken your senses, and say a full-bodied yes to life. Come into the deep with me. Together we rise with our soul pearls of wisdom. In this episode, you'll receive a deep dive into the sacred feminine voice, the embodied expression and frequency of grace, rising from the depths of transformation to speak truth, love, and power. Follow me in this transmission that goes beyond a simple podcast and into the core vibration of activating your DNA. You'll also receive a reimagining of the siren myth, not as a seductress of destruction, but as an ancient initiator who calls you to emotional alchemy and soulful rebirth through the waters of feeling. And an invitation to say yes to new life, to awaken your senses, reclaim your divine essence, and walk forward with new legs, new voice, and the wisdom of the deep encoded in your being. Plus, listen to the end, because I will be offering you 5 sacred tools to embody this journey and liberate your voice. Let's expand on this a bit more now. We will journey into the archetype of the sacred siren, sometimes known as the mermaid, but I like to go deep into these subjects, and this is where I invite you into. So today, she is our guide, not as the distorted archetype of destruction, seduction, and danger, but as the ancient sacred initiator into the deep, calling us to surrender to the watery realms of emotion, intuition, and soul memory. She invites transformation through feeling, guiding us to dive beneath the surface and into where the pearls of wisdom await. Now the pearl is a sacred treasure of the siren, found in the darkest depths, the light that comes only through surrender, through devotion, and through feeling it all. You will rise as high as you are able to go deep, my sister. Trust that you are preparing yourself for the journey of your lifetime. So here we are drawing on the mythology of sirens and mermaids, the consciousness of water as a living feminine intelligence, and the truth of the sovereign feminine who emerges from the sea with new legs to walk and a crystal clear voice of truth. We explore what it means to truly embody the sacred feminine voice and live authentically in this sacred power of universal consciousness of love as the primary guide. And this is the great yes. This is the yes that sets you on your way to hear, feel, and see again through the eyes of your pure, innocent nature, your innate soul intelligence, and live what you came here to do. Embody your magnificence and share your gifts, infusing the world with your genius and your greatest power for the greatest of good. Then watch the magic of life unfold. Can you feel it? Can you hear it? Can you see it? Come with me. I'm on my way. This episode is accompanied by the track called Whispered Gift, track number 9 from my album, The Monochronium, that is accompanying this whole first season of the She Lives podcast. And you can find that on Spotify as well. Also, in the thumbnail of this podcast, you will see an illustration overlaid. And this illustration is the illustration of the Sacred Siren herself. And she is inviting us into the embodiment of her essence and the gifts that she brings. In my illustration, she has stars on her hands as she is illuminated by the pearl wisdom presence of her soul being, living the authentic golden life, the sacred life. And this is the invitation where this podcast leads us. Let us first begin with an invocation for contemplation. The Sacred Siren, she rises from the deep, from the cave of remembrance, where the currents of emotions carved caverns in her soul, and the silence of the sea becomes her temple. She has grown new legs to walk this earth. She has found her voice again, not the voice of survival, but the voice of truth, the voice of love, the sacred feminine, embodied, activated, and sovereign. Drawn down into the depths by the allure of the siren's call, she surrendered to the undertow of her own becoming. And there in the dark waters, she was undone and remade, transmutation, initiation, the whispered gift of true life. The sacred siren, once seen as a temptress, is here reclaimed in the initiator of transformation, not luring to destruction, but calling us home, calling us to feel, to grieve, to shed, to remember the wisdom encoded in our cells, the activation of our sensual, psychic, sovereign DNA. The water holds memory. The water is alive. It teaches us that we are fluid, cyclical, and vast. It teaches us how to rise. Now is the time to hear again, to feel again, to see again, and to say yes again, fully, wildly, and without apology, to the life that awaits beyond the cave. Let the great force of yes devour you in love. In ancient myth, the sirens were feared, voices so powerful they could lure sailors to their doom. But this was a distortion of the deeper truth. Before the patriarchy silenced and demonized them, the sirens were seen as priestesses of the deep, guardians of thresholds, initiators of the soul's passage from ignorance to knowing. They called not to destroy, but to awaken. The real danger was never their voice, but what they awakened in those who heard it. In this episode, we reclaim the siren. She is the sacred voice of the feminine, clear, resonant, and purifying in the vibration of her tone in itself. She does not seduce you to drown. She invites you to transform. Let's get a bit deeper now. Long before the siren was cast as a symbol of danger or deceit, she was revered as a guardian of the threshold, a sacred feminine archetype of transformation. In Greek mythology, sirens were not just temptresses of men, they were the daughters of the sea goddess, Melpomene, one-winged and wise, whose songs held knowledge of the soul's journey beyond this world. They sang not to destroy but to awaken, calling the uninitiated to confront their own illusions and dive into the depths of feeling. Their voices echoed the cries of the earth, the sorrow of the soul, and the longing to return to truth. In Inuit legend, Sedna, the ocean mother, is another siren of the deep. Betrayed and cast into the sea, she transforms into the goddess of marine life, living at the bottom of the ocean, where she controls, through love and creation, the creatures of the deep. Her myth speaks of initiation through betrayal, of power reclaimed through descent. To commune with her is to enter into the underworld of the emotional body, to meet the raw, wild feminine within. Now, even the Little Mermaid, in her original Hans Christian Andersen form, offers a story of great sacrifice, longing, and the painful path of gaining new legs, of walking the earth after knowing only the sea. Her voice is her power, and it is taken from her in exchange for transformation. But what if she didn't have to give her voice up? What if she rose with both her voice in a new form, fully sovereign? This is the path we are walking. This is the siren we call forth now. She is not here to lure you to your death. She is here to call you to rebirth. She sings to that part of you that longs to live from your soul, to feel deeply, to remember the truth of who you are beneath the masks and beneath the roles. She is the sacred initiator of the feminine mysteries, transformation through emotion, transmutation through truth. To align with the sacred siren is to say yes to your emotional depths, to surrender to the wisdom of water, the tears you've cried, the silence you've sat in, the currents you've survived. It is to trust that the voice of your soul is not too much, not too wild, and not too soft. It is exactly what this world needs. So I ask you to ask yourself, what is calling you from the deep? What part of you is ready to grow new legs, walk a new path, that of the golden life? What truth is rising in your throat from deep below in your body that is ready to emerge and to be sung? What voice of freedom needs to be expressed? Let the sacred siren guide you home to your voice, your body, and the sacred waters of your becoming. The true voice of the sacred feminine is not merely a sound, and it is certainly not based on transferring knowledge about what one might think the sacred feminine is. It is a vibration, and it cannot be faked, it cannot be stolen, it can only be emerged if you have dared to go deep enough. This vibration is encoded with the frequency of the soul. It emanates from the convergence of the heart, the womb, the solar plexus, and the deep seat of the soul. It is the voice that has been purified through the descent, through the grief, through the rage, the love, the devotion, and the rebirth. It cannot be faked because it is the truth. This voice connects to a vast network of wisdom that becomes available when you have gone that deep enough through the darkness to find those illuminated pearls of wisdom. This voice does not seek to perform, please, or persuade. It simply is. It is art. The art of love. The love of art. The art of life. And the lived experience of your own life story coming to form. Teaching you right here, right now, how to go deep inside. It's a voice that simply is, and it carries the resonance of lived experience, of shadow integrated, and of love made through the sacred embodiment of your soul. This is the frequency of grace, radiating through tone, presence, and intention. The sacred feminine voice arises from a purified heart, a heart that has felt the full spectrum of emotion, the deep passageways of transformed and transmuted suffering. Through all of that, finding the way to choose love through everything. The choice of love as a path of sovereignty and not sacrifice. We no longer sacrifice the pieces of our soul to reclaim and live who we are in this lifetime. We live who we are meant to be now. And this vibration pulses through the solar plexus, igniting the inner compass, guiding you through those rough seas as the incredible warrior, sailor, warrioress that you are. Great navigator of the sun, the moon, and the stars. And this is where personal power is reclaimed from a place of deep integrity, deep authority, and deep purity. It is not a dominance. It is a sacred agency of love. And this is rooted in the consciousness of creation itself. The purification of creation, having gone through all these initiations. And this, my sisters, is rooted in the womb consciousness, as the deep feminine knows that it creates, it destroys, and it rebirths anew in the rhythm with the earth and the cosmos. This is divine magic beyond what we could ever imagine, beyond any logic, beyond any reason, beyond knowing, deep into the unknown. This voice that every single being has inside of them, this voice of resonance of true love. This is the voice that heals not by volume, but vibration. It is not about saying the right thing. It's about being in alignment with what is true. You can feel when someone is speaking from this place. There's a stillness, a resonance, a remembrance. In many ancient traditions, sound and creation were one and the same. In ancient Egypt, the goddess Seshat wrote reality into being. In Hindu cosmology, it is Shakti, the divine feminine energy that dances creation into form through the sound current. And in the Vedas, the primordial sound of Om is the mother of all vibration. When a woman speaks from her integrated soul, womb, heart, body, and voice in harmony, she channels this same creative force. Her words become spells, songs, and prayers. She is a living oracle, and her voice moves things in the unseen. To speak from this place, one must first be willing to descend, to feel, to die, and let all the old identities die. To alchemize shame, silence, and fear. Only then does the true voice emerge, like a pearl rising from the ocean floor. Now, As you may know by now, I live an integrated ceremonial life. I can no longer escape my purpose, my devotion, and my reason for being and creating. For I have taken a very deep journey, in particular these last 4 to 5 years. It is taking me a long time to emerge my voice and to recover from what I have been through. And I am daring, just as the Sacred Siren, to resurface and share these pearls that I have found. Now, in a moment, I'm going to share a raw piece of my voice that I recorded whilst I was in a cave here on the shores of the British Isles. These caves that I go to when the tide is far out, I call the Mermaid Caves. These are my sacred siren caves. They go deep into these cracks under the ground. And every time the tide comes up, it washes them out. It's like this womb of creation being ceremonially washed and cleansed at every rising tide. The ebb and flow of life, of creation and renewal in itself. So when the tide goes out, I visit these caves and I enter into the cracks of the earth. And the colours of the rocks are astounding. It's like entering into the heart of Mother Earth herself. And sometimes at the right time of day, the light comes in through those cracks and there's water that trickles. It's really like being rebirthed through the caves of the ocean itself. And because I never visit places as a tourist, I visit places as places of worship, let's say, to life and to love. Every time I go somewhere, the experience is adding to the great weaving of my life as a work of art in itself. And so it is with pleasure that I share with you a raw recording now from that Sacred Siren cave. I'm here inside a sea cave. The walls are red. It's like being in the heart of Mother Earth. There's quartz and slate and green and brown and orange and gold and black, and the cave runs deep. I can hear the trickling water from deep inside, flowing underneath and around my feet as the sun shines onto me through this crack in the rock. And I can see the water trickling down the pathway and out to sea. I wonder, is this the Mermaid's Cave? Is this the cave of transformation, where she who meets the earth and sea is reborn to a new journey of life, a new journey of becoming, birthed out of the heart of the womb of Mother Earth, of blood and bone, of rock and stone. The waters cascade through the cracks. The flow of consciousness never ends. There is always a new becoming. A new wandering. A new being. A new essence and vibration of new possibilities. It's deep in here, but the sun is warming me. It's black in here, but in the black are all the deep colours. And outside is the light, the warmth of the sun that shines my heart as I marry the heart of mine with Mother Earth, giving gratitude for my life and this journey of never-ending evolution and all the beauty that comes with that. And I run my fingers over these blood-red rocks. Where flickers of gold shine through, and the glimmers of water from this river that runs through, reflected on the walls of this sacred cave. It is time now to rebirth. Open, walk a new path, to be seen, heard and felt again in a whole new way. And participate again in this beautiful evolutionary story of the love of humanity and all living beings, elements, all parts of creation, here, being birthed together. I look out to sea in wonder all the glistening stars on the surface of the water. I am enamored by the beauty. I feel like a queen. I feel like a queen. She who walks the path of love. Fully embodied and opening up to this new reality. The sacred is here. The sun, as I emerge out of the cave, now warms my face. She is here. All I have to do is say yes. Yes. I accept. I accept this new life of love. I accept with my full-hearted yes for life. I accept this love. I accept this life. I don't know what lies ahead, what I will see, hear, or feel, but I say yes. I say yes. I'm coming. Yes, I am coming. I am already here. Let's see what wonders can be explored and experienced and embodied. Yes, 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 yes. There comes a moment on every soul journey when, after the deep descent, after the shedding and surrender, you are called to say yes. Not a half-hearted yes, which actually is still a no, but a yes that is full. Not a yes laced with fear or compromise, but a full-bodied, soul-lit, cellular yes to life. This is the yes of the sacred feminine. Not because she was untouched by the depths, but because she went all the way. And now she rises reborn. When you get to this place, my sisters, you will know exactly what I mean. I remember being faced with these moments in my radical breakdown 4.5 years ago. I actually felt like I was on a sinking ship, awaking in the middle of the night with the wind howling round this cabin, though I was staying on the edge of the woods, howling round this cabin, and I felt seasick. I couldn't even stand straight. I was going down. And there was nothing that was stopping me. And I came to this choice point. I could see through the archetypal energies that were surging through me and igniting my psychic visions beyond anything I'd ever experienced, coming to these choice points. And I knew that a half-hearted yes actually meant a no. I was shown it in that moment. And how was I shown it? Well, I wasn't shown it by any logic or reasoning or any kind of knowing. I was shown it through vibration because I went that deep. And this is where the revelations come. This is where the true rising can happen. This is where the sovereign rising happens. And with this revelation comes the pearl, the transmuted knowledge. Everything that you knew before now no longer serves. It's getting forged in the great pressure underwater itself and becoming a pearl, becoming embodied wisdom. And as you rise to the surface, the light shines on this energy of purified love, and once again rising into living love. And through this incredible journey so deep into the choice of love itself, union comes. Union with all that is. And this is what is in the pearl. The pearl reminds us of our wholeness, our oneness. All it takes is a single pearl to find that glimmering beauty, that light, right down in the depths of the ocean. And this is the great yes to saying, oh, yes, I vow to come back to life. The yes to come back to your senses and to feel the earth underneath your feet. To feel yourself coming out of the water, emerging, freshly cleansed by that process in itself, walking upon the sand with your new legs, tasting the wind, hearing the song of your soul, smelling the rain and the roses, and seeing through the eyes that have wept the whole ocean in itself, healed and opened again. This yes is not performative. It's not about manifesting or pushing. It's an embodied surrender to being one with life again. To love again, to trust again, to become again. And if you've listened to my previous podcasts, you will know what I'm talking about. After transformation, the world doesn't just look different because you are different. And this is not just a short depression or a burnout, although these are very powerful initiations in themselves. This is different. This is a true death. And it takes time to come back. This isn't a relationship that has just finished in one way or another, and then I just get back on my feet, cover up the pain and get on with it. No, this is where the falling goes beyond falling to the knees. It goes through the earth and right down to the bottom of the ocean. And so you will know if and when you're ready. And if you have been there, you will recognize it in the eyes of the others. You will recognize the light, the shining pearl light that comes through the eyes. Because the world now, as you emerge, is a different place because you are different. And like I said, this takes time. It takes time to learn how to walk again, how to speak again, and how to keep choosing again in this new life that is being created in every moment. But now it's different because it's done with the wisdom of the deep and the memory of the sacred and the frequency of my own soul divine essence, fully alive, fully online in the cells of my own body. This is the yes. And this yes is a doorway. It is an opening where life meets you in the in-between, in that in-between world, that crossing the bridge, crossing the rainbow bridge, where the old you dies. She cannot come anymore. And being touched by the light of grace. And this light of grace floods in through that broken heart, through that grief, through the feeling of the emotions, through that deep surrender, that sacrifice, and through the transmutation of suffering into love. And through this place is where the sacred energy steps in and the sacred feminine arises through you. This is kind of how I experienced it during my breakdown, which lasted very intensively. First of all, for 3 months, non-stop, day in, day out. cycles of death. I was being reborn every day, every morning, and I was dying every evening for 3 months straight. And that was followed by living in a feeling like a subliminal world, in an altered state of being for at least 18 months, and ongoing transformations for about 1,000 days. And fortunately, because this happened, this was catalyzed in the lockdown of 2020, 2021. The world was silent enough for me to receive the coding of, I want to say, the new human evolution that was available through the Great Conjunction of 2020, and the portals that opened up. Ever since then, I've been riding them for the last 5 years of rapid evolutionary evolving, let's say. And these yeses, this first big yes opened all of these portals to understand through vibration how to quantum leap one's own evolution in every moment as best as possible, right? So this place where the opening happens, and sometimes, you feel swallowed whole by the ocean of emotions. It's actually, in a way, being swallowed whole by love itself. And this is not an idea. You will know when your time is come in this life or another. You will know. And it's like a walk-in starts arriving as you start landing, fully embodied, fully feeling, and fully alive. Shall we take a yes moment together? Let's practice our yes. See how far you can bring that awareness into the depths of your body in itself, bringing that yes right down into your pelvis, right into the depths of your root, and even deeper, allowing that yes to infuse down your legs, down onto the soles of your feet, and that yes infusing out from your heart, down your arms and into the palms of your hands. And on the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands, you have stars. These are the stars upon which you walk this earth, and with which you create gold from the alchemy of all you create as a great creator. This is the yes. So join me now in saying yes from this ecstatic, orgasmic place of yes. Oh, that's so deep within the body. Oh, yes. Yes. If you need to go louder, my sisters, my friends, my brothers, get louder. Scream the yes to the mountain tops and beyond, into the great unknown. Oh, yes, for life. Yes, 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 yes. I choose life. I choose love. I choose my soul living my full potential in this life. This is the great rising, surging sensuality of the deep feminine who guides you through these waves, the rising, the ebbing, the flowing. Yes. Join me now as I say yes to life, to love, and the full embodiment of my soul. Repeat after me. I say yes to life, to love, and to the full embodiment of my soul. I walk forward with new legs, grounded in truth, rising from the deep. My voice is sacred, alive with the vibration of grace and inner knowing. I feel, I hear, I see, with awakened senses and a purified heart. I am the living embodiment of the sacred feminine, whole, holy, and free. Now, to say yes is one thing, but to walk your yes, to live it, to move with it, to let it shape you in your every step, is an act of sacred power in itself. Authenticity, integrity, and all of this is aligned to that sacred vibration of grace in itself. This is the energy of the inner sun rising, the new dawn, the new era, the solar fire, the solar flares of the feminine that rise, not from ego, not from knowing, not from wanting, not from desiring, not from grasping, just rising. From a sense of soul intelligence emerging. This is the confidence of one who has met the dark and chosen to carry light. Here we are not talking about spiritual bypass. We are talking about going into the eye of the storm, becoming the storm, getting lost at sea, trusting you will survive. This is one who has been remade, reforged, reformed, rekindled in the deep, and now walks not as the wounded warrior, but as the golden healer, the wisdom bearer, with new legs, walking a new path, one that's never been walked quite like this before, because we're living in revolutionary times. This story is different now than ever before. And your pace, this pace that I am speaking of, is different. It is slower, it is sovereign, it is sacred. There is no running after anything. There is simply rising. And the steps are encoded with remembrance. The deep ancestral presence awakened within the DNA itself, yet somehow new, merging with this new energy that is right here in this alignment of the right here and now. It's incredible. And with this, the voice emerges. The true voice, because there is no agenda anymore. There is simply feeling within the body this open vessel, and the voice, where it was perhaps once silenced or shaped to survive, now flows through the cleared vessel from source, clear, rooted and vibrant. It is the voice of one who has reclaimed her truth. This voice is one who leads not with domination, but with devotion, with presence, with magnetic radiance, calling home, calling you home. And this is the path of the feminine leader. It's not a title, it's a frequency. We are going to see great shifts in the roles of leadership in these times to come. Even those who think they are in leading positions, perhaps having stolen an illusion of the sacred chalice of the feminine in itself, all will be revealed through frequency and vibration. The tables are being turned, and all will be revealed. And this leadership that I'm speaking of is the embodiment of what is true. And what is true is not a matter of opinion anymore, because what is true is this new frequency of which I speak. And this is not speaking to convince, this is speaking to awaken. And this is moving not to conquer, but to co-create. This and these are the new earth frequencies that come as the pearl through the transmuted energies of reclaiming the deepest fire of your heart from the bottom of the ocean, the alchemy of fire and water in itself, to forge those pearls of wisdom. And as you say yes to life, you step into this sacred role. And I believe that everybody is walking towards that. And those masks, those ways of being that were built on anything that was not pure, will fall away in one way or another, because there is no hiding when we get to these places. No hiding. There is falling to the knees in reverence to the sacredness of life itself and the vibration which emerges through the core of the being. It is incredible. And this is to become a torchbearer for others. And this is the sacred leadership that I am speaking of, and that I am initiating women into and through in my programs and all of my work. And this is why I have held off for many years, because I saw from a very early stage that this journey would take more than a few experiences. All of those experiences were just leading up to the big time where the big choice for yes would be able to be chosen. So as these torches get lit up all around the world, the frequency rises, and this is what we are talking about for the true frequency rising of the new earth. And these are the leaders lighting the way, not telling people what to do, but opening up through vibration who you truly are, opening up, awakening up, so you can become the greatest leader to yourself that you have ever known. And you become who you are truly meant to be, and take the journey, not only going down and deep, but taking the journey to rise again in authenticity. So this journey is not linear, as you can imagine. It spirals, it flows, it ebbs and it grows. And it listens. Listen, listen, listen. Dear sisters and brothers, listen deeply to the core of the vibration of your being and purify. Call for purification, and purification in the purest of forms that does not belong to anything other than your soul resonance. There's no attachment here. There's no methods. There's no religions or rules. There is simply the guidance of that which awakens through your heart and cracks open your whole body to a new existence. So, any time that you doubt that the journey that you are on is not within this resonance field of which I'm speaking, know that you are journeying through spirals of purification. And when you are in doubt, return to that solar compass within, that great navigator, she or he who knows how to sail in the great storms of the greatest oceans of transformation there ever were. With the womb and the sun, the fire and the water, the deep and the divine, you remember. And you remember that confidence is not force, it is clarity. It is the knowing that you are on your path because you became it. You are here to live love, not just speak of it. To lead from within. To embody the sacred feminine is not an idea, it's not a method, it's not a workshop or a training or a certificate. It is a presence that becomes through initiation. It is a pulse, a truth that walks the golden life, bringing you home. And so, beautiful souls, as we begin to close this sacred space, let this truth settle into your bones. Your voice is your gift. Your true voice rises from deep within. And as you rise and share this voice, the sovereign, the true sovereign, she who comes home to her realm, her body, her gifts, she is illuminated, and there is no going back. This is a whispered gift from the soul, stirring from the depths of your heart, waiting to be set free. It is not just a sound, it is your essence made audible. To speak your truth, to live your purpose, to walk your new path with the wisdom of the deep. This is the great liberation. And this is what I'm offering. This is the offering of life and love. You are not here to remain silent or small. You are here to rise, to express, and to feel the joy of your being alive in your own sacred rhythm. Free. This is your invitation to celebrate, to return, to rebirth, to return and reclaim your radiant yes. Will you join me? So, as this journey comes to a close for this podcast today, may your body move, may your voice rise, and may your spirit dance, for you are free, you are home. You are the living song of the sacred feminine from deep, deep within. As you go forth from this space, may you feel the sacred invitation echoing in your heart to journey into your own depths, to meet the mystery, to embrace the emotions that shape you, and to rise soul lit with your own pearls of wisdom in hand. This is not about perfection. This is about presence. Presence, here, now. Illuminated, let it be so. It is about remembering who you truly are beneath all the forgetting. And as you walk, know this: you are not alone. You are not alone. I am walking this path too, with new legs, a reclaimed voice, and a heart wide open to life. I am saying yes, again and again and again. Yes to love, yes to truth, yes to becoming. Come with me. Let us rise together, each in our own sacred rhythm, each carrying the light we found in the deep, each becoming the voice, the embodiment, the sacred feminine motion. The journey continues and it begins again, right here with your next breath, your next truth, your next full yes. Come with me as we celebrate through these ongoing spirals of transformation, celebrating this journey of life and love and becoming. So now I'm going to lead you into the full track, number 9 from the album, The Whispered Gift of the She Lives podcast. It is time for us to feel again, to hear again, and to see again. Come with me. Can you feel it? Can you hear it? Can you see it? Come with me. I'm on my way. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Come with me. Can you see it? Come with me. I'm on my way. So this has been a rather epic episode once again, and as the episode settles into your body, I invite you to take a moment of stillness, allowing this transmission to come in. Place a hand on your heart, your womb, or on the earth, and ask yourself, what is the truth rising within me now? And whisper your own yes. Your own sacred whispered gift to your own soul's journey. Feel the vibration of your voice. Express, sing, liberate the magnificence of your own sacred voice. And if it feels aligned, share this moment, your pearl, your awakening, in the comments below. I always love to hear from you, so please share with me what is moving in you and through you at this time. And please see how you can express yourself a little bit more today, a little bit more in alignment with your soul, your truth, she who rises from within, on that sacred breath, one word spoken at a time, rising from deep within. So know that in reclaiming your voice, your truth and your joy, you are not alone. You are part of this great remembering that is happening right now across the world and beyond. And this wave of the sacred feminine awakening is rippling through everyone, because the earth is everyone. We have our body. This is our earth, our sovereign realm. And in each of us, this energy rises as we lift the collective energy force. So your soul's expression is medicine, not just for you, but for the world. And together we are weaving a new story of creation where love leads, where wisdom walks, and where the feminine rises, sovereign and free. I am on this journey. Sometimes it can be terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. But ultimately, it's leading to freedom. Freedom not only of the voice, the soul, but of this incredible light of love itself that is deeply rooted in truth. So join me on this journey and feel free to explore my website, thesovereignjourney.com. I have programs on there, ways in which you can join me, initiate, experience deeper what I am sharing with you in these podcasts. Join me. I have group programs and also a few offering spaces for my one-to-one creatrix mentorships, where you can really connect very deeply into this space where I ignite my gifts that have come through my journey, that have awakened very deep gifts of recognizing and decoding others' soul journeys. And this is what I ignite in others, so that you can see your whole life journey as the blueprint to your soul's becoming in this life, to break free from the karmic wheels and to step into the golden life. This has been my journey. It's been wild, beyond anything I could have imagined. I'm learning to emerge my voice now and speak these things, because these are really sacred things, experiences and moments that have happened in my life. The sacrifices I have made are beyond compare, beyond the beyond. And I know a lot of people are going through very big transformations right now in very different ways across the world. And I cannot hide anymore. I am here to share these new frequencies that have emerged through me, through great resolving of suffering, let's say, that I have been through. This transmutation from the old world into the new. So please feel free to contact me. I always love to hear from you. And you can also sign up for my newsletter and receive free gifts. And I'm also going to be putting in to the free gifts these 5 sacred tools. This is the gift for coming to the end of the podcast, like I promised at the beginning. So, and there will be a free PDF available when you sign up for the newsletter in the notes below. So check that out and get on board. So here are the 5 sacred tools to embody the journey, this journey that I'm talking about, to liberate your voice and your soul and come to greater freedom and confidence with the expression of who you are. So my first suggestion is you can create a sacred sound ritual every morning and evenings, to sit in stillness and hum to tone like the Om, the sacred Om of the universe that I said at the beginning. To softly chant from your womb and your heart space, and to let that sound rise through you without judgment. This is the awakening of your voice from within, and it bypasses the mind because it comes from the deep. And you're not trying to be pretty here or sing a song perfectly. You're trying to sound true. Let those hums hum through you. So that's number 1. Number 2, I suggest or offer a water journey into deep listening. To take a conscious bath. Have you ever done that? Going into the ocean to dip. I think I mentioned it in one of my other podcasts about the water wisdom, becoming one with water. Can you feel the water on your skin when you're taking a shower or a bath? Can you imagine yourself extending beyond the limitations of your skin and becoming one with the water? Initiating yourself through the sea, through the waterfalls, and asking the water to hold you as you release what is not yours, letting it flow away. Listen what is available and let the messages and the feelings come through you. Water is a sacred oracle, and your emotions are gateways, not obstacles. So the water journeys will help you with this. Number 3, speak your truth in safe places. A beautiful sacred practice. So you can start small by sharing your truth, or what you feel you may have hidden and kept secret for eons, let alone years. Share this truth with somebody that you trust. And if you have no one to share it with, then share it with me. Put it in the comments and just allow your voice to be heard in this sacred truth of love. It could be something that you have always known within yourself, a greater version of you to live out. Let it be heard. You can even record a voice memo just for yourself, so you speak to yourself and you listen to yourself. It's a beautiful practice. And speak what you have never said out loud. Give yourself permission to freely speak. Freely speak. And speaking from the heart, speak from the depth. Try and get through any clutter. And sometimes we need to express it. We need to let that purge come through these deeper feelings of rage or frustration or whatever it is. Just give yourself permission. And see, once you have moved through those deeper emotions of expression, what is underneath there? What is underneath there? Can you express that? Because this is usually where the grace is hidden, the softness, the gentleness, the truth. And sometimes it comes with sadness, as well. And indeed, joy. There can also be bliss that comes through these moments, like these radical moments of emotion. So this rewires the nervous system and it opens up the channels for more liberated soul expression when you start practicing sharing your voice. Number 4, to write from the deep. So I've got a few prompts here that I've prepared for you in order to start accessing this voice from the deep. So my first one for your journaling prompts would be, what does my soul want to say right now? And allow yourself to free write freely, no judgment, no stopping. You might want to give yourself like 2 minutes for each question or something. Non-stop writing, just let it come out, judgment free. What does my soul want to say right now? The next one is, what am I no longer willing to silence? And the third one is, let the voice rising in me speak. What is this voice rising, asking for? So let your pen flow, and this is not about being a writer. Remember, this is about being real. And on to the last one, just before we close. Number 5, to dance or move to the sound of your yes. Put some music on that stirs you to let your body lead and move without choreography. Let your hips and your hands and your breath speak. Speaking your yes, expressing your yes, like every part of your body and your being and your DNA and everything in your body is like full on expression of yes. Like, how does that yes move through you? Because movement is liberation and your voice lives in your body. So free the body and the voice will follow. Allow that to come. I've been roaring recently while I've been dancing with my ancestors, because I no longer do a workout like your regular workout. I do this sacred workout that has emerged through working with one of my spirit animals. Which, by the way, my partner is an absolute legend and expert in working in the next level way with spirit animals. So he's gifted me his gifts. So through my spirit animals, I've been guided over many months to come to a new way of moving, a new way of doing my morning workouts, and this includes for me dancing in certain ways where I am dancing with my ancestors. So this is my morning liberation. And through that, recently, these last few weeks, this roar has been emerging through me, like this primal next level roar of living purpose. It's really uncontrollable at times, I must say. Yeah, so let that sound move through you. So try one or try all of these 5 practices, as they are gateways, and like I said, they are available now in the download when you come in to receive my newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter to receive that. If you want that PDF with these 5 sacred practices, and they're gateways into your own sacred embodiment journey and becoming your own greatest guide, and remembering your voice is emerging. Remember who you are and let your voice give expression to that. Let it emerge through you. Don't try to find it. It will come to you when the remembering through vibration is ignited in your body and comes online in your DNA. I talk about this innate intelligence reignition. This is what is happening. So I'm wishing you all the best on your sacred journey. Please get in contact. Always love to hear from you. Check out my website. Sign up for the newsletter. And let's start having some more fun. Let's see how far we can get on this golden life together. So lots of love, and see you again soon. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast today. May you live your magnificence today and beyond. Lots of love, and see you soon for another episode of She Lives.